Hey there, Amy. I'm so excited to have you today. We get to
Oh,
talk about some fun things, digital courses.
I'm so excited to be here, especially knowing what you do and how you serve your audience. This is in perfect alignment. This conversation is going to be fun.
Yes, absolutely. So I just wanted to say hey there to those that are watching that are new to my community. I'm Chelsea Hayes, the Course Pro, and I help entrepreneurs launch their digital courses. And today we are talking with the queen of courses herself, Amy Porterfield. So, Amy, can you tell us what it is that you do and who it is that you help?
Yes. So I help budding entrepreneurs take their knowledge, know how, and skill set and turn that into profitable digital courses. And so I typically am helping somebody who either is just getting into the online space and they want to sell a digital course based on their expertise and knowledge, or someone who's been at it for a while. They do one-on-one work, coaching, consulting, service-based businesses, and they realize they've reached a threshold. They can only serve so many people. They can only make so much money. They can only make such an impact knowing it's one-on-one, one of them, so that they can only go so far. So I teach them how to supplement their revenue with a digital course so they can expand beyond themselves.
Oh, that is so good, especially because a lot of people that are watching today are still in the idea phase of is the course right for them? So hopefully with our conversation today, that will help them decide and be able to take the next step with their digital course. Does that sound
Nice.
good?
Yes, I love it.
Okay, perfect. So a lot of times people ask me this question, like, what's the difference between what Amy teaches and then what I do? And so the analogy that I use is that this is our class project, right? Amy is the professor. She has the experience. She's the guide that shows us lesson by lesson what to do. And some people can say, great, I got it. I'm going to take care of the project. And then other people raise their hand and say, can this be a group project?
Yes.
Because they want to take care of the content and their expertise and they need somebody else. And that's where I come in to help manage the plan, execute,
Nice.
and do the tech side of things because tech is not everyone's love language.
Yes, I think that's fantastic. A lot of people want to make this happen with their digital course, but like you said, they don't want to get in all in the weeds with some of the tech that doesn't come natural to a lot of us. It doesn't come natural to me. And a lot of the behind the scenes doesn't necessarily need to be done by the course creator. So having that extra support, I think is a beautiful idea.
Yes, absolutely. And as you know, Amy, I was a 2019 student of Digital Course Academy. And since then, I've actually helped dozens of your students launch their successful digital courses, generating hundreds of thousands of dollars. And even four of my clients are on your testimonials page. So I
Ah,
love seeing that firsthand again and again, what it is that you teach and see it come to life and see it, apply to actual business owners and entrepreneurs. So I'm excited
so
to
cool.
dive in today.
Yes.
So, Amy, for somebody that has not ever launched a digital course or they've just kind of thought about it, but don't really know where to go next, what would you say is their first step to creating a digital course?
Ooh, such a good question. I think the first place I would start is to help my student or someone who's thinking about creating a digital course, help them figure out their 10% edge. So the 10% edge is your expertise where you've gotten results for yourself or for somebody else, or you've used a tool or technique and you've gotten results in that area, and you turn that into a digital course, but you only need to have a 10% edge, meaning 10% ahead of those you serve. You don't need to be the expert of all experts. You don't need extra certification. You don't need to have been doing it for 10 to 20 years in order to have the ability to teach it. You just need to be 10% ahead of those you serve because they want to know your roadmap. They want to know how you did it or how you get other people results. So I would start with asking yourself, where have I gotten results for myself, somebody else based on, or a technique? Like, let me give you an example. one of my students, Abby, she's a hairstylist, and she is really good at balayage, which is a type of coloring your hair. It's a style, and it's really a technique. It's something unique that not every stylist does, and definitely not every stylist knows how to do well. So she's taken this technique that she did not create. Balayage is something that's been many, many years. But she took this that she's really good at and turned that into a digital course to teach other stylists how to do it. She had that 10% edge. She knew things they didn't know and wanted to know. Is she an expert of all experts in hairstyling, and has she been doing it for 30 years? No, but she knew this one thing really well.
Oh, that's good. She had a specific niche that she could focus in on. I love that. Yeah. So one thing that everyone struggles with is self-confidence in their business, whether they are a seasoned entrepreneur, a brand new entrepreneur, maybe they don't even consider themselves an entrepreneur yet. And they often wonder, how do I know if I'm doing this right? So Amy, what would you say to encourage someone to know that they're on the right path?
Especially when, are you talking right path for creating their digital course?
Yes.
Yeah. So one of the things, you're right, one of the things that most of us struggle with, especially in the beginning, is that confidence. And I always say that courage comes before confidence. And what I mean by that is courage is like a leap of faith. It's getting clear on what you want and why you want it, and moving forward, even though you have every doubt, every fear, every like, oh my gosh, this might not work out thought you could have, but you do it anyway because you want it so bad. And what I'd say to people that are just starting out and don't have the confidence to do what they want to do is look for the courage first, and you do that again by getting clear on what do you want and why do you want it. And then to know that you're on the right track, you just have to get started. I know it's cliche, but Nike said it so well, just do it. Well, in entrepreneurship, taking action leads to clarity. So if you just get started, if you start posting on social media, you start growing your email list, you start putting together your course outline, all of that action leads to more clarity of what direction you want to go. But if we just keep thinking about it and keep worrying about it and wondering if this is the right thing to do, if you keep wondering what you should do next, you will never get the clarity of what's working. Do something, it may or may not work, but then you can choose another action. So get into action, just get started. I think that allows you to get the confidence step by step to keep moving forward.
Absolutely. It's just that first step is the hardest, but you just got to do it. And do you find that people, when your students, they put it out there, maybe it's in a social post or an email to their list, and they say, hey, I have this idea of a course, and they put it on the universe, do you find that, okay, I said it out loud, I have to do it. Now I have to follow through.
Okay, let's talk about that because this is really powerful. It's something that I teach that I haven't always taught this way. Over the last just few years, I realized that so many of my students were struggling with two things. Number one, validating their course idea. The number one question I get asked in the beginning is, what if I create something and no one buys it? How do I know I'm creating something that people will want to pay for? And so in Digital Course Academy, we really talk about validation. And one of the best ways to validate is to actually get money for this course you're going to be creating, but haven't created it yet. So floating the idea out there very casually to your email list, to social media, hey, I'm thinking about creating a course. It's all about XYZ. And if there's interest, I'm doing it. I'm allowing 10 people to be a founding member for a deeply discounted price. If you're interested, go hear all the details. And that's when you give them a really simple way to pay you for a course you haven't yet created. They're getting a deep discount. You're getting the validation. Once you sell, let's say 5 or 10 courses, you're off to the races and you start getting really serious about getting it done. But I love this idea of a founding members launch. That's what we call it. But floating the idea out there, when people pay for it, that is amazing validation.
Yes, absolutely. And if they've handed you the money and their credit card, well, now you have to deliver it.
You have to, yes.
There's a built-in motivation right there.
Yes.
Absolutely. I love that. So a few of the assets that really helped me when I went through Digital Course Academy, I want to talk about two things. The first one is the Facebook group. That was a great place for me to get ideas or see what other people had suggestions on, or sometimes I would just feel stuck and I would listen to one of your or watch one of your live Q&As. And that was enough ideas and just talk about different components of the launch to get me recharged and re-energized.
Yes.
So the Facebook group is the first thing. And then the second one are some of the other bonuses that you offer, because the course in and of itself is so extensive. There's a huge tech library, but then you also have other bonuses that just enhance different aspects of the online business and how we can incorporate it with launches. So I know that you often change up your bonuses. Can you talk about what you're offering in the next round of Digital Course Academy?
Yeah, so some of the core bonuses that no matter when you buy throughout this opportunity, when we open the enrollment, the core bonuses are really great. So number one, I have a Facebook community, like you said, only current Digital Course Academy students get in the Facebook group. We do it for 10 weeks, but the last time I did this, I was in the group twice a week doing Q&A. This time that I'm going to do it, I'm in there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days a week for 10 weeks. I always tease that. My husband hates this idea, but I love it. And here's why. I want to go on the journey with my students. I want to know where they're struggling, what they need. I want to know their names. I want to know their ideas for their course. I want to know their successes. I want to know them intimately. I do this because I love it. So it's a great experience for me, but the more I'm in it, the more I can support. So Monday through Thursday, I'm in the group for 10 weeks doing live Q&A every single day. So that's the most popular bonus that we've included, and we've made it even better this time around. Okay. And then the second bonus is a 2-day virtual event. It's a free ticket to my 2-day virtual event. It's only for Digital Course Academy members, and it's called Entrepreneur Experience. And in it, we talk about things beyond Digital Course Academy, about creating courses, about putting together offers, about launching, about email list growth, but also some of the mindset things that might get in the way. And I have some special guests. And so I invite some experts to the stage throughout the 2 days. And really, you leave with a new sense of, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it better than I even thought I could. So you feel energized and recharged. And it's at the end of the year, which helps you start the new year off with like so much success. So that's really fun, 2-day virtual event. And then the third one, it's a new bonus, and it's called How to Stay Alive When Going Live. And it's with my friend Jam Gamble, who is a live video expert, someone who helps you find your voice and get on live video or live stage in confidence. And I invited her to do this bonus because one of the struggles a lot of my students have is that fear of going live, of putting themselves out there. I know I had it for sure. And so I remember when Facebook Live, this is how long I've been around. I remember when Facebook Live first came out, and I had been doing business for many years, and I had secretly hoped that Facebook Live would go away and not be popular because I didn't want to have to go live all the time. I'm like, no, I don't want to do all that video. Now I've embraced it because I don't want to be left behind, because I have something important to share and I want to be the one to share it. I want to help my students feel that way as well. Like, do it scared, do it anyway until it becomes easy. So Jam Gamble is going to help you with some going live techniques, so it's never an issue for you again. So those are the 3 core bonuses. We have extra little ones sprinkled throughout the launch, so you got to pay attention when we open the doors, but those are the 3 bonuses that everyone gets no matter when you enroll.
Oh, so good. Especially the going live, because it's so easy to look at somebody like yourself who's been doing it for a long time and, oh, it's come so effortlessly to her and it's easy. And we often forget about, okay, well, it takes everyone time to get to that point. And you have to just, like what we said before, you have to just start. You have to just do it. So good. True. I love that. And that you're going live in the Facebook group four times a week. I
know. It's so crazy. It's so good.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So what might you say to someone who has considered joining Digital Course Academy but hasn't done it yet? What would you say to encourage them to join?
Ooh, I love this question. One of the reasons why I am so passionate about teaching digital courses is that I believe they are the single most important asset in your business to help you create more freedom and to scale your business. So I want to talk about freedom for just a moment because it's a really big theme throughout everything I teach. When I was in corporate, I definitely felt as though my time, creativity, energy, and the amount of money I could make was determined by somebody else. And so one of the major reasons I left working for Tony Robbins, where I'd been for 7 years, to move into building my own business is I didn't want to be told what to do, when to do it, how to do it, or how much money I could make. And digital courses, they allow you to have more freedom because if you create one digital course, and I always tell my students this, one digital course could have the potential to make you $1 million. I just talked to one of my students, Joy Foster, and she has one course, and over about a year, maybe a year and a half, she has generated over $1 million with one course.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
and she's not the only one. So it can be done for sure. And this is what I want to encourage more and more of my students to do. Create one course and stick with that over and over again so that you are not constantly reinventing the wheel. That's what's so beautiful about having this asset in your company. You can launch it over and over again. And every time you launch, you get better at marketing, better at your webinars, better at messaging, better at teaching it so that it gets better and it offers even more value year after year. And so I really do believe someone that's thinking about creating a digital course, really explore it. One, everyone has a 10% edge, so you do have a course in you. And two, it allows you to do the things you love in your business without having to have 20 different offers that are driving you wild in your head and pulling you in a million directions. So if you want to be less stressed, have less overwhelm, be less overworked, then creating a digital course will give you that opportunity. So that's what I'd say to anyone thinking about it, but just not sure they want to take the leap.
Yeah, I love that. And what I say a lot is a course is not a one and done. You don't just create it, launch it one time, and then push it aside and all that work goes out the window.
Oh,
You take it, it's a long-term game. Like you take it and then you make a tweak and you do it, launch it again. And then you make another little tweak and you launch it again. And it just builds on top of itself and you just get better every time. And the more times you do it, the more that you can enhance that launch experience. And it's not just like a one, put effort in and set and throw it away. You just keep going with it. So that's where I see it as a huge asset for your business as well.
I think so. And real quick, one of the things that when I was working for Tony, he taught was that the smartest entrepreneurs, the ones that are the most efficient, don't continually reinvent the wheel. They figure out what works in their business and they continue to do it and refine it and make it better.
Yes.
So I believe it's part of being a strategic, smart entrepreneur, not always starting from scratch. So just wanted to add that. I can talk about this topic for hours and hours, so stop me. Stop me.
That refinement, that's the perfect word.
I love that word. Yeah.
So as we wrap up, Amy, is there anything else you would like to share for those that are watching?
I would love to share that, doing anything new is scary for sure. And remember that it takes courage before confidence. You don't have to have the confidence to create your first digital course, just the courage to get really clear on what you want and why you want it and go after it. And digital courses are wildly popular. I think going through COVID in 2020 really showed us that people are interested in courses. They want to learn from courses, and more course creators have popped up, which is a great thing, making this medium even more popular. So why not you? Why not? Why can't you be the one who creates a successful digital course? Because I can guarantee you every one of my success stories, and I have hundreds of them, never once did they feel guaranteed they were going to be a success when they first started their digital course. They just had a dream and they had a desire to do something different and bigger, and they went for it. So why not you? I can't wait to see some of your audience members get into Digital Course Academy, because together, you and I, we can support them at an amazing level. So it's really exciting that you are also introducing your audience to the program.
So for those watching, if you're thinking about joining, I would personally invite you to click the link where you're watching this video to check out all of the details. And Amy, I wanted to say thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me and my community today. We really appreciate it.
I'm so honored. Thank you so very much for all of your support. And I love what you've been able to do with your business as well. So I was so excited to be invited here. Thanks again.
Thank you.